SkillStruct presents.
Hey everyone, Michael from SkillStruct here, and I'm really excited to show you this next video. This video, as you can see from the title, is a mentoring piece where we reflect on last year's SkillStruct University mentoring program with one mentor called Samantha and another mentee called James, where they give their thoughts on the process and how it changed them for the better, and hopefully for future mentors for the SkillStruct University program, yes, potentially you. If you're considering being a mentor of our program, then wait till the end and we'll explain more on how to do so. So without further ado, let's see how our mentor Samantha and our mentee James got on in last year's SkillStruct University mentoring program of 2021.
I'll probably have to say having the opportunity to just see an in-depth analysis of how software engineers work on a day-to-day basis, getting an understanding of the technology they're currently using, and then getting advice on what type of technology I should be looking into and trying to craft myself so I become a more desirable employee. So when people are looking to hire me, like a more desirable candidate. I'll probably say just having the opportunity to learn that.
I think for me, seeing the advice that I'd given to my mentee and the fact that they'd implemented and the benefits that it brought to them. So, for example, discussing the power of the network, not just building your own existing network out, but meeting new people in fields that you're interested in and the benefits that can bring. So, yeah, that was definitely, a good highlight for me.
I'll probably just say the most surprising me was just how much my mindset changed within the whole process. Because at the start, I didn't know what I was getting into. But as I went more and more into it, the mindset I was facing when I was looking at companies, I started looking at companies more like, okay, I have to think about this long term now. So when I'm working for this company, do their ethics align with mine? Am I actually going to fit in? Is my culture the right fit for this company? And then just what skills do I bring to this company as well? And then with that, it just gave me more motivation to gain more experience and get more qualifications. So I'll give you an example. So an opportunity came up where I'll be able to get an Azure cloud certificate. So I just did some research and then take a test and then you get certified. And normally I wouldn't have done that, but obviously after doing the mentor and then speaking to my mentor, and then hearing her just say, take opportunities, just work harder. And it just motivated me, pushed me to just take an opportunity and get a certification.
Obviously, my role is HR, right, benefits, and the young person that I was paired with wasn't in the HR world. So I did have some reservations about, how it would work. Would they get enough from me? Would they, feel like it was a good experience? Could I impart enough knowledge that would help them? And I'm very pleased to say that I came away feeling like that was the case. I wasn't too sure at first, but I definitely do feel like now it's really regardless of industry that you work in, right? The things that we learn in the corporate world can be applied, so the corporate HR world can be applied in any space. So that was a pleasant surprise for me.
If it would be possible to just get a day-to-day perspective of what a software engineer does. So she managed to connect me with someone who's been in the industry for quite a long time, and they just spoke to it. They gave a presentation, and then I managed to ask questions I wanted to, and then I felt quite satisfied, and I knew what I was getting into now. I knew okay, once I become a software engineer, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing.
I feel like when I was much younger, I would have benefited from a mentor. I mean, I have one now, and I go to him with a ton of questions all the time, because there are various points in your career where you may not be sure about things in terms of, maybe you want to take a new career direction, or maybe there's a difficult conversation that you want to have at work and you're not quite sure how to approach it. A mentor is somebody that you can leverage from in terms of their experience, and if they can't help, then they'll probably know somebody else who can help you. But I think when you're younger, it's important because it gives you perspective into a world that you've probably not entered into before. There are questions that you might have, again, about how do you conduct yourself, or is this normal practice in the working world? So just having somebody that you can bounce ideas off and questions that will make your transition into, your world of work or your chosen industry much more smoother. So yeah, definitely feel that it's important. And any age. You should have a mentor at any age.
I'll probably say mentoring is important because it gives you an opportunity to ask questions you've always had, but also be told things you never thought of. So something like with me, when I initially when I was looking for jobs, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna apply everywhere, and then I didn't really consider like where I was working. I was just like, okay, as long as I just become a software engineer. But now when I look at the company, I've got to think about, okay, how am I actually got in that company going to impact the world as a whole around me? So speaking to my mentor, I got that opportunity, and then just how am I going to navigate working within this industry as a minority as well? That's one thing I really appreciate working within SkillStruct and having an opportunity with a mentor. Probably say it's just an opportunity to grow. That's what I would have to say, because it just gives you it's a perfect opportunity. It doesn't hurt. You're gonna learn something new at the end of the day. You're gonna come out with something new, and I feel as if it will help you when you're planning your career path.
No, I just think it's been a wonderful experience, and I hope I get approached to do it for year 2. For me personally, there was an element of reverse mentoring there as well that I really appreciated. Wasn't intentional, but I definitely got a lot of value from it myself as well, and I learned things, as I mentioned before, we're from totally different industries, but I learned more about the tech space than I have done in a long time. So yeah, definitely a great experience for me.
All right, so there you have it. That was James and Samantha's story about their experience on the SkillStruct University mentoring program of 2021. But if you're thinking, I want to be a mentor too, well, think no further. All you have to do is register your interest. And you do that by going to www.skillstruct.com/contact-us. Just fill out your information there, fill out a message by saying, I've just seen this really great video about mentoring members of the SkillStruct University network, and I want to be a mentor too. Simple as that. And then one of the team will reach out to you, and then we'll begin the process of onboarding you. And hopefully you can equally impact members of the SkillStruct University network, just like Samantha did. But that's it for this video. SkillStruct out. Okay, so some really fantastic news. Since filming and shortly after our program, we found out that James got offered a placement opportunity as a software engineer placement intern at Nike in Amsterdam. So we wish him safe travels and all the best as he continues his journey as a software engineer. And people, this is it. This time I mean it. SkillStruct out.
This is a SkillStruct presentation. If you like what you hear and see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.